Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about The Undoing. Oh my gosh, it was a really cool show. Really dark, and yeah, it's a limited series with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant, and Nicole Kidman plays Grace Fraser. It's really interesting. A lot of twists and turns, and it's very keeps you guessing kind of thing, so it's really cool. So there's this weird girl, Elena, who's obsessed with Nicole Kidman's character, Grace, and she comes in the picture and you're like, this girl's really weird, she's really sexual, and gets naked in front of her, and it just seems obsessed with Grace. So at the start, I'm naturally thinking what's with this girl? Why is she obsessed with her? You know, I noticed at the very start in one of the early scenes, she has a baby, and she's always sad, apparently. Nicole Kidman, I noticed, Grace, kept looking at the baby a lot, and I thought that's a bit weird. Is there a reason why she's looking at the baby? So it's kind of cool how that foreshadows what happens later. Now, just so you know, this video has got a lot of spoilers. If you haven't seen it, don't watch this video. I'm just talking freely after watching it. So yeah, definitely don't watch it from now if you haven't seen it. So yeah, because Elena was obsessed with it, I kind of wasn't sure if maybe she was just a lesbian or something, had a crush on her, or if it had something to do with her husband. Naturally, I did think that maybe it has something to do with Nicole Kidman's husband. Grace's husband. I keep saying that. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe, at that time when I first watched it, I was thinking maybe it has something to do with him. And I was right. I didn't quite guess that they were having a full, affair, with what happened. I wasn't quite sure. I didn't know if maybe she just had a little crush on him or something. However, there was that scene at the, that bowl or whatever it was, and Hugh Grant, he disappeared. The fact that he, completely disappeared early, or he left early, ties into what happened later. So it's really interesting how it all ties together. It was one of those, stories that with each episode more and more made sense, and you can pick stuff up at the start, but then together the puzzles all went together and made sense. And I couldn't work out why Elena was always upset or crying or whatever, and obviously she loves Hugh Grant's character, and her baby was actually he's actually the father, not her husband. And then, next thing you know, she's dead, right? So when I first saw this, I thought that maybe it's a Pretty Little Liars moment. I thought surely she's, maybe she staged her own death. Maybe that's the twist in this show. Because I'm just sitting there thinking there's going to be a twist. It's going to be a thriller. You know, I'm expecting it. And then I sort of thought maybe she's going to just, fake her own death. But then you can see her body. Clearly, how can they get away with that? How can she survive that? Clearly she's dead. She's very dead. But also, it's not it's just a body double. It's not it's fake or something, you know. The cops are involved in everything. The cops seem really sus at the start. I thought, I don't know, they seemed maybe they knew something, but turns out they were just good cops, I guess. Naturally, I thought, naturally you think, okay, it's the husband, but then that's the obvious thing, Elena's husband. Too obvious though, you know. You could tell that it clearly wasn't him, the way he was acting and everything, and he wasn't too big of a character to be him, so it made sense. I really think that Hugh Grant, as an actor, he's amazing, but the character, he really did a good job of convincing us that he didn't do it. I believed him when he's I didn't do it. You know, he was saying that when he was in prison and everything to his son, he really believed he didn't do it. I think he has that bipolar thing where where he has two personalities, because he was very convincing that he believed so strongly that he was innocent, he didn't do it. And then later we see that him just going changing, being I did it. You know, it's weird. It was really cool but creepy, and I guess that's why it's called The Undoing. A big thing at the start, the first few episodes, I actually really thought that it was Grace's father who killed Elena. I sort of thought it was Hugh Grant's character. At first I was sort of that could be obvious though, you know. But then I was sort of thinking maybe it's her father, because he knew about an affair or something, and I thought that maybe he did it because he knew about the affair and he was trying to protect his daughter. and her, you know, from his daughter from being hurt, or like just to punish his son-in-law. His motive would also be because he asked for money and then he realized like he took my money kind of thing, and then he cheated on my daughter. So I thought maybe it was like a revenge thing. So he was receiving money from the father-in-law for help for the child, but the father-in-law didn't know that. He thought that maybe Grace needed help and didn't want to tell him, so he's just giving money. But really it was, I think from memory, it was Elena sort of threatening, saying like, you need to give me money for me to keep quiet and stuff. So it was it's a big mess there. So I thought that maybe the father-in-law had like a motivation or something, but he turns out to be just a normal guy and he had nothing to do with it. It was really interesting, Jonathan, Hugh Grant's character, how in the end, it showed that as a kid, he murdered his sibling. Like he was looking after, I think it was his sister, and he was meant to watch her, but she like got run over by a car, and he had no remorse or didn't seem to care at all. And that just shows like signs of he's clearly like not all right there. I think it was bipolar from memory, but it's just weird seeing him at the very end. He's like almost going to kill himself and everything. Like he went from being like, I did not do this, to then completely just an open book and like, I'm crazy. What, you know, like almost going to crash the car when his son's in the car and everything. And it really touched on his mental illness, I guess, as well. Like it not really touched on it, but in the end it made you think about it. How like, I don't know, he was just really living a lie. And I felt a bit sad for Grace and her son, like their son. It's just like a messed up situation to be in. It's like, where do we go from here now? Like, he's just completely not the person I thought he was, kind of thing. Just imagine knowing someone and trusting someone, and then they've been lying to you. And yeah, like it was sad how we found out that Jonathan hasn't even talked to his parents for years. Like he just shut them out of his life, and like they knew that there was something about him, something off about him as well. It was just really interesting. It just kept unraveling. But yeah, overall it was definitely a good show. I definitely wouldn't watch it again because it's just really dark. But it was I would definitely recommend it. It was pretty good. It was, it's something you could easily watch. It's like 6 episodes. You could just smash it out in a weekend. I think that's what me and my husband did as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Even though you're probably watching right now, knowing all the spoilers that I've just talked about. But if you haven't seen it, like, just watch it. I liked it. You know, some people can watch things with having spoilers, they don't care. I mean, I like to not have spoilers. So I don't know if there's going to be another season. I hope not. I don't think you can do another season of this. It's kind of like The Sinner. Like, you should just leave it at that. Anyway, I hope you liked my review. Don't forget to subscribe and also write in the comments as well. And let me know what you thought of the show, if you liked it, or what your thoughts were during